You can drop an emoji if you can hear me.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Lukmore, and welcome. Thank you for joining. I can see all of you. Imafu Joshua, welcome. Code Joe, I hope I'm not murdering your name, Michael. You're welcome. I can see Babaji Day. You're welcome. You're welcome. We're going to be starting real soon. Yeah. So let's just give a little more space for more people to join in, and you can actually share the link and also invite other people to join in. Tag us on LinkedIn. Share the link. So if you know anyone that needs to be here, please share the link and invite them. This session is actually going to be amazing. So you don't want any person that you know should be here to miss out. So please share the link. Share the link while we get started real soon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, all right. I think we can get started just now. So good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Cloud Native Community Lagos Bi-Weekly Knowledge Series. So this is our first knowledge series, and I'm really excited to have you guys here. Thank you for taking your time today to join us. We're actually very excited, and I'm going to be sharing my screen right now. So please let me know when you can see my screen. Yeah. Just a minute. A minute. It's going to be up right now. All right. Please confirm. Can you see my screen? Okay. I can see the comments section. So please just let me know if you can see my screen.
I can see your screen.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. So I'm going to be introducing myself. My name is Sophia Buchuku, and I'm a cloud security engineer. And I'm also serving as the current team lead for the CNCF Lagos chapter. And today I'm actually going to be your host for this session. Like, I'm really excited to have you all here. I'm actually very excited for the topic and what we're going to be doing today. So it's going to be a practical session. So I hope you came prepared. So now today's session is all about something that is actually at the heart of cloud native systems. Like, if you've been in the cloud native system, I'm sure you've heard a lot about observability. And today we're going to be doing justice to it. So we're going to be walking through how to build an observability stack from scratch using Grafana, Prometheus, and Loki. So these tools are like powerful tools you would actually see in real world enterprise environments. So, like I said, I hope you came prepared to learn something new, because it's actually going to be a very practical session and insightful one. So, as you can see, I'm really excited. I'm really excited for the topic today, and I can't wait to learn a lot. So, before I introduce our speaker for today, I would like to give a quick overview of what the CNCF Lagos chapter is all about, and also what the knowledge series, which is the bi-weekly series, is also all about. So, Cloud Native Lagos community is actually built to help engineers, enthusiasts, and practitioners, learn, connect, and also grow through practical experience, as well as community conversations around cloud native technologies. And then this bi-weekly session, which we call the knowledge series, is actually designed to keep this learning active. So twice every month, we're going to be exploring new topic. We'll have, walkthroughs from community contributors, and we'll also learn directly from industry experts and practitioners. So with that, I'm going to be introducing our guest. Like, I'm very excited, and I hope you're excited because we came prepared. Today is actually going to be a very insightful one. So you want to stay put to the end. So now I'm going to be introducing our guest, which is the person of Mary Mbano. So Mary is actually a DevOps engineer at MTN with about 5 years of experience spanning through roles across DevOps engineering, site reliability engineering, platform engineering, you see, everything engineering, and open source contribution. So beyond the tech space, Oma is actually a passionate advocate for education and equity. She runs a nonprofit dedicated to empowering underprivileged youth in tech. Through this initiative, they provide scholarships, internet access, online courses, and financial aid for schools and for exams, which bridges the gap between potential and opportunity. She's also an impactful speaker and a DevOps tutor. Oma has regularly hosted workshops and training sessions for various tech communities where she shares her expertise in CID, cloud platforms, as well as modern development practices, combining her technical mastery with a commitment to giving back. And she also inspires others to actually build careers in technology. Wow, wow, guys, you can see that you are in good hands. I mean, please, if you're excited about this, please drop the fire emoji in the comment section. I can't wait for us to learn from her. So you see, Mary has actually built years of experience working with cloud native tools, and today she's going to be showing us how these observability tools they come together to work in real time. Okay, Mary, we are so excited. I'm so excited to have you here, and I'm also looking forward to learning a lot from you. And I'm very sure that everyone right here is looking forward to this session and what you're going to be sharing with us. So, with that, Mary, you have the floor. Mary, are you here? Are you with us?
Yes, sorry, I had issues on muting my
Oh,
microphone.
okay. I'm going to quickly stop sharing now so that yes,
Okay,
yes.
let me turn off my
All
camera.
right.
Okay, hi everyone, good evening. I'm Mbaoma Mary, but you can just call me Oma, makes everything easier. Thanks for the introduction. I'm just gonna share my screen now, and then we can begin. So just let me know when you can see my screen. Mhm. Let me start from the beginning. Okay, please can everyone see my screen?
Yes, yes, your screen is visible. Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much for that. So thanks also for making our time to attend this session. I'm just going to run through the slides, then I would show some code on GitHub, and then I'm going to show us results of the configuration or the code. And everything, all the links I'm using, everything is going to be in the slide, and I'll share it also with the organizers so that they can also share with us at the end of the session. So today we're going to build an observability stack, and this is comprising of Grafana, Prometheus, Prometheus, Loki. So we're looking at metrics and also looking at logs. But
Okay, Omar, just a minute,
okay,
just a minute. So,
okay,
okay, so everyone, due to the course of the session, please, if you have any question, you can hold on until the end of it so that we can have your questions, or you can also drop them in the chat. But I'll be monitoring just in case. So we would have a question and answer session. Yeah, that's whatever. Thank you.
okay, that's fine. Thank you. So we're going to be looking at monitoring, take a look at alerts, what to monitor, have the demo, look at setting up dashboards, and then the Q&A session like Sophia mentioned. Okay, so when you talk of monitoring, what comes to mind? We're going to look at definition, importance, and the types of monitoring. So when you hear someone say monitoring, I mean, you can think of it as, oh, you're looking at something, you're observing maybe an event, or you're trying to like record something that is happening to see, okay, was there any deviation, what is the pattern, and just things like that. So bringing it down to a business or the tech space is just when you are checking at intervals, probably your servers, you're checking if your application is up or if it's down, or if people are having difficulties accessing your website. So why should anyone actually look at or consider monitoring a system? And I've given some reasons already. Reduces downtime, improves performance, enhance security, compliance, and regulatory support. Another thing is you also want to track like metrics that are important to you as a business owner, as we're going to see later on in the slides. So these are types, or these are like some information that people monitor. Sorry for the images being tiny. We're gonna see them like better later on. So you have logs. So logs literally tells you like a timestamp of every activity that occurred on a particular system. Metrics are just quantitative data that tell you, okay, this is the percentage of something, or this is a count of something. Then you're looking at traces. You're looking at transactions that have occurred. So probably when you have like maybe multiple microservices communicating. I want to see, okay, how does information flow from one system to the next? So now we move to the next phase, which is alerting and notification. Okay, scenario. You want to know when Nigeria scores. So you have people watching the match and they're just looking at everything like, okay, this offside, this penalty. Why did he hit that guy? Give him foul, that kind of thing. So how about when they score a goal? How would you want maybe the next person or someone somewhere to know that we scored a goal? People shout goal. So that act of shouting goal is where your alerting notification comes up. Because I mean, it's one thing to observe your system and be like, okay, I'm looking at the system. Let me see if there's a downtime. Let me even look at what caused the downtime. Okay, downtime happens, but if nobody knows, then that means your monitoring is somehow, let's say, in vain, for lack of a better word. So effective alerting ensures timely resolution and minimizes downtime. So when you have a way to let people know that okay, they scored a goal, or something is down, people will then like swing into action to resolve that situation. And there's two types of alerts. When you talk about threshold base, you can say something like, okay, when this CPU usage is at 70%, let us know. So that's like, so whenever your CPU usage gets to 70, you get an alert. Another one is anomaly based. Like maybe if something is supposed to always show 200, but it shows 400, you know, okay, yeah, something is up somewhere. So what are some channels that we receive alerts through? Email, Slack, PagerDuty, anyone? Let me just repeat it. Okay, so now what do you monitor? I like to say that it's the things that are important to you that you would monitor. So, I mean, we have the basic golden rules of monitoring and all that. The key metrics you should monitor: your CPU, memory, error rates, response rates, things that, okay, affect your system. And there are other things that you might want to monitor depending on your type of business or who your client is, if you're building a system for someone. Something, an example can be like, if someone is in the financial space, I want to say, okay, I mean, people read these financial reports and they're like, oh, we did a million transactions in year 2023. I mean, something that the engineers would be asked to track is number of successful transactions that have occurred. If you're building a game or something, and like, okay, I had 300K downloads, you have to track like the number of downloads. So aside these key metrics, these are also some other things that people might want to monitor. So now we would go into the demo, but I'm just going to quickly talk through it before I show the codes. So in this scenario, we have a web server and we want to see, okay, track like 400 200 status codes, 500 status codes. We're going to look at Grafana, Prometheus, and the other tools. So Grafana is for visualization to show you, okay, this is what like you're looking at. So it's something that you can create a dashboard in and then give developers access to go check logs so that maybe someone push code and they're not seeing the feature they just worked on. Instead of like texting the devs like, oh, this thing, I'm not seeing my updates, what's up? They just like check the logs first and then maybe get back to you or fix it by themselves. The Prometheus time series database tracks metrics, letting you know your app is up or down. Then black box is also, you can also use it to like check the status of your application, but we're not using that in this case. We're using Prometheus Loki, which is for login functionality. So I'm just gonna stop sharing this and share my GitHub instead. Um, Sorry if I'm squinting. I actually wear glasses. Okay. Observability. Yeah. Okay. Can everyone see the GitHub screen? Let me increase the size. Is this visible enough?
Yes, yes, we can actually see
Okay.
it visible.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for confirming. So this is my Docker Compose script. So if you look through the slide deck, I gave an example, one using Docker Compose, another using a Kubernetes cluster. So you can set this up on any environment of your choice, just that the way you set it up is different. So this one set up on a virtual machine. I'm using Docker Compose. If you're doing it on Kubernetes, you have to use Helm charts, install Helm charts on the cluster. So I have my services defined, my Nginx and an Nginx exporter. So exporters are basically like add-ons that you use to like pick all these metrics and then you display it anywhere you want. We have Loki, which is for login, Promptail also, then Prometheus and Grafana, then some volumes. So this is me assuming everyone kind of understands Docker Compose and how or what it should do and look like. I have configurations defined for my Loki, for my Promptail. Okay, ignore that. So this is me defining configurations like what Loki should look at, and also defining my store. I'm storing everything in memory, not advisable in production, but this is a demo. And I'm also like specifying what should be logged. Then we look at Prometheus. Let me just finish with the login first. So you look at my prompt tail. This is me defining, okay, these are the jobs or these are the services that I want you to go into and pick logs from. So, I mean, just one. Then this is Prometheus. So I'm saying, okay, Prometheus, look at the Nginx exporter and also look at Prometheus itself. So show me metrics from here, show me metrics from here also. Normal Nginx configuration. It's a web page, very simple, very simple web page. So this is my Grafana setup. I'm setting up dashboards. So you can set up a dashboard manually on Grafana. You can also choose to like write this. So what I did for this was I set it up manually on the Grafana platform. Then I copied the JSON. I just pasted it here. So you can do that also. There's no harm in it. Grafana also has like some um, built dashboards. The link to get them is in the slide, so you can go there and import those dashboards from, should I call this Grafana repository now, into your own into the work you're doing. So this is me setting up some alerting, some more dashboard and some more data sources. So data sources are, okay, where should Grafana look at to get data that it will display? So that's what I defined here, Prometheus Loki. Then more dashboards and some alerting rules. So these alerting rules, you can also set them up manually on Grafana's web interface, like we'll see in a bit. So okay, let me stop sharing my screen and then share the Docker desktop. I use a Mac, so I use Docker desktop. Share screen. Okay, entire screen. This. And that. Okay. Everyone see this Docker desktop view, this Docker desktop window. Let me make it a bit bigger. Is this visible?
Yes, it's visible. Yes, it is.
Okay, all right, thank you. So these are all the services I defined in my Docker Compose file. So I can click on the links and just be safe. Yep. Go to that browser. So one, two, let me just open this. So I'm literally clicking on the hyperlinks to just open them up so we can see what they look like. Okay, so this is my web page. Very simple, very, very simple. Okay, so this is the health endpoint. Tells me okay, that's 200. And then this is a 500 endpoint. And yeah, this is supposed to tell me, yeah, like this is normal. Like I did that intentionally. So this is what the Nginx exporter looks like. So this has already like picked up those information. Like, okay, you got a 200 here, you got a 500 here. So this is what it looks like. Nginx is up, good, everything. So count of the errors and everything. So good. And this is what Prometheus looks like, the interface. So check your target. So if you remember those definitions we had in the Prometheus.yaml that I'm saying, okay, script this guy, script the other person, script Prometheus, script Nginx. So those are targets. So that's what is coming up here on the targets section under status. And my Nginx exporter and Prometheus also. So they are up and yeah, it's good. Good they are up. So welcome to Grafana. I have to log in. So the default is admin. I did not set any specific passwords for this, but you can set a specific password for this when you're like setting up for production use and all that. So if I hadn't set up this data source.yaml, what I would do is to come here and set that up. So I am literally, so this is me on a normal day, like just trying to like move around. So data sources, and I add a new data source, maybe Prometheus. You can select your own and fill up the info. So this is going to be localhost because my Prometheus is actually hosted on this localhost. So, but I'm good with what I've set. Then I go back to look at the dashboards. So remember I already created a dashboard from the code config. But if I hadn't, I would come here, new dashboard or new folder, depends on how you want to group your visualization. And then you select any data source you want, pick any metrics, pick any metrics you want, pick a label, maybe a job. I'm gonna pick engine X because let me just see, and then you pick how you want your data to be visualized and all of that. So, but let me just show us what I had set up. I did not save that, that's why you're not seeing it here. So this is what my dashboard looks like. You can see it's already populated, active connections, requests per second, and everything I need. And my logs are here also. So yeah, this is pretty much it. 1121. Yeah, this is accurate. So yeah, so this is pretty much my observability stack. Then one last thing, let me show you the alerting. Um, yeah. So you set your alert rules. You set your contact points. Yeah, so the first thing I do is to set my contact points, which can be email or Slack. Then once you set that up, you set your alert rules. And it can be anything from, oh, when the CPU is 80, send me an alert or anything at all. So let me okay, yes. So like I said, all links are in the slides for your reference. You can clone the GitHub repository, play around with it, and please feel free to ask me any questions you might have at any point in time. Everything is available on the internet. And yeah, that brings me to the end of my demonstration. So, any questions or something you think I missed out and want to address? Over to
Wow,
you,
wow.
Sophia.
Thank you very much, Mary. That was actually a very great one. I mean, this is my first time, seeing all of this, and at some point I'm like, what's going on? What's going on? But that's why we have you here. Thank you so much. Like my book is full. See, I was jotting down as you were going through the demo session, which is very exciting for me. I mean, as a cloud security engineer, I haven't actually interfaced, with these tools, and I can already see how they play, into my career as a cloud security engineer. So now, like, apart from the traditional monitoring systems we have, I can walk up to my, employer and see like, oh my god, there's this tool that gives us wide visibility into our infrastructure. That's actually
Mhm.
very exciting. So do you get, so it's actually very, very it's actually insightful, and thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to be taking yeah, before I take the questions, I actually have my questions for you.
Okay.
Now, based on, because you spoke about dashboard, I know I'm going to be speaking from like an enterprise environment. Let's say I would want to like pitch these solutions or these tools to my seniors, let's say in my organizations, and something about managers is that they want to see dashboards, like they want to
Mhm.
see the metrics, in all the pie charts, the bar charts, like they like it. Is certain. So is there a way that this prompters or these tools can actually allow you to visualize what you're monitoring in that aspect?
Yes, yes, please. I will drop the link to the Grafana dashboard repository in the chat, so you can always like go there and pick the like variety of dashboards, and you can also export these dashboards. You can also embed them on a website, like maybe quickly host something locally and just like get the HTML and paste it there, and yeah, you show them. So it's yeah, there is visualization, a lot of it, and in different styles also. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I have okay, I have another question. It's not a question per se, it's a request, yeah. It's a request because during in the course of your session I didn't want to interfere. So just to take you back a little bit. Take you back a little bit because we have like a mixed audience here, both those who are beginners, people are like you're curious to like learn about these tools. So in the course you mentioned tools, things like Docker. Can you like, because I can see that during the initial phase, it looks like a lot of things were built upon this Docker. So can you
Mhm.
like give like a quick definition, or in layman's language, of what Docker is all about and how it actually plays its role in this observability stack? Thank you.
Okay, so when you ask me about Docker, I like to say think about buying a new laptop. So, an example, I write Python. I have nothing to do with JavaScript. I've never installed npm on my laptop before. So, I get this computer and I've installed my Python. I'm good. And then someone is like, okay, work with this guy. This guy is building front end, JavaScript, and everything else. And then it's like, okay, come and quickly like check what I've done, like see the visualization, see the thing I've written and all. And then I'm like, okay, I have to run it on my laptop now, and I don't want to install npm. Like npm stay far from me. So what do I do? I get like I ask the guy, okay, push your image to Docker, and then I have to pull it. So him pushing to Docker means he's packaging every single thing from the npm to the package.json, everything. It's packaged everything and pushed it to like a repository. So I just go to that repository, which is Docker Hub, and pull from there and run it on my laptop without having to install npm at all. So that's just what Docker does for you. It's a containerization tool, for lack of a better word. I'm using it here. So me using Docker means that I don't have to install Grafana on my actual laptop. So Grafana runs on 3000. I know JavaScript people, their default port is 3000. So you wouldn't want to like cause confusion there. So having your Grafana running on Docker means you're not installing it on your local laptop, but you still have it. You can still use it. You can tweak it. Easy to destroy, easy to spin up again, and yeah, just saves you that space, for lack of a better word. So yeah, using Docker to work is like really really advisable. So I think that explains it. And if you need a tutorial, I mean, there are a lot of online tutorials that you can check. And I also have something on my repository that can also help, like a Docker tutorial leading up to Kubernetes kind of thing. So yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. I guess that actually breaks it down. So just to reiterate, I think most of us here can relate to like GitHub repos. Yeah, just as you're able to like clone a GitHub repo down to your own, account. That is just how it actually, works in real time. So now I'm sure that everybody will be like, please, oh, can you answer my question? Yes, I'm going to be saying out the questions now to you. I'm going
Okay.
to be reading them out. So we have from Abiodun Diaro. His
Okay.
question goes that okay. Hmm. So his question goes that how do you integrate the setup to monitor cloud services?
Okay. Um, like I explained earlier, almost everything has an exporter, and even Grafana integrates with some AWS tools. Yeah, for monitoring also. And when you say cloud services, can you give an example of which one exactly you want to monitor? Because I know each cloud provider has like their own monitoring stack, for lack of a better word. So you can also explore those, and yeah, you can also like explore Grafana to visualize those metrics. Let me try and bring up an example of some what's it called now? Data sources that we can monitor with cloud. Okay, adding new data. Okay, let me just share my screen real quick, please. Okay, yes, let me just share my screen. Okay, so can everyone see my screen? Okay, I'll assume you
Yes, we
can all see
can.
my
We
screen.
can.
Okay, so you can see that there are a lot of data sources. There's even Elasticsearch, there's Vega, there's everything, MySQL, even databases can also be monitored. Um, there's PagerDuty, there's everything. I think there's supposed to be something from AWS. Okay, maybe not on this one. Then probably there's also an enterprise version of Grafana, so that should have more options also of services that you can integrate here to monitor. As long as the service has like something that can pick metrics or logs out of it, you can always visualize it on Grafana. So yeah. Yeah, someone said CloudWatch, so that's an example also. I think there are more questions.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, thank you very much for that. So I'm going to be reading out the second question from I have lost it too.
Another question. Let's see.
Okay. I think I'm seeing other questions
Hmm?
that has to do what makes from Kenechukwu.
Okay.
It says what makes the metrics populate on Grafana.
Okay. So for metrics, it's your exporter that is sending that information to Grafana. So that data source path is the thing. Just think of it as maybe an agent you send somewhere. Maybe you send a spy into an enemy camp to get information and relay back to you. So your exporter is the spy, not a spy in this case, but it's a spy that goes into maybe your server or your cluster, gathers all the information, and then sends it to Grafana or any visualization tool of your choice.
Okay, I think I have a follow-up question on my end from that, because
Okay.
when you explain, how do we differentiate what an exporter is from a data connector based on how you've explained it? Can you like help
Okay.
us break it down so it can be more understandable? Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So your data source is so I think let's look at the case of the Nginx now. So the Nginx exporter was just picking up like everything that happened on the Nginx environment. So everything that happened on the Nginx environment, I had both metrics, I had both logs. So what did I use to send out those metrics and those logs to my visualization tool? I used Loki and I used Prometheus. So Loki, Prometheus data sources, they get the data from your exporter and then open it up to the world. Not to the world, but like the visualization tool.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Okay, so moving on to the next question we have here. I think was it Abiodun we answered the question earlier that's asked on how do you integrate the setup to monitor cloud services. Okay, I think we have already. Okay, we also have a follow-up question from Kenechuku, which says, do I have to like maybe keep refreshing the web page? For example, the one you use to increase the metrics.
I just refreshed my web page because I wanted to pick up or generate metrics. Where users are using your app or your website or something, it's going to your dashboard is going to like get populated and all of that. So you just need to refresh your dashboard or set it to auto refresh maybe at intervals. But I just like did those things just to quickly generate some information for us to track. And it's also on my local host. So if I don't do that, I won't have anything to display.
Okay, thank you. Like she mentioned earlier that it's Est environment. So there's certain configurations that she's going to do there. You're obviously not going to be having that when it comes to like a real world environment. You get so I think that works also. So we have another question. It said from Mayowa Fajube. I hope I pronounced your name properly. Please forgive me if I didn't. So the question goes like, how can observability be integrated into our pipeline?
Hmm. So when you say pipeline, I'm thinking this is a deployment pipeline. So I haven't worked on putting observability in my pipeline before because what am I observing? What am I monitoring? The best you can do is to maybe if you are doing something like scanning images, you can have there's a tool, I can't remember the name right now, that is gonna like say, okay, these are the vulnerabilities in your image, or your image is good to go. And then you go to the tools platform or dashboard and you see that report. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen in that situation.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for the answer. So I have another question, which actually seems to be very interesting.
Okay.
So the question goes, say I have my services on AWS EC2
Mhm.
and Grafana is on Digital Ocean. How do I get the metrics to Grafana? Do I need to install agents on my instances?
Yes, yes. So again, goes back to what you want to monitor. So I'm assuming you want to check like your system's health, and if your system's health, memory, CPU, and all of that, and maybe something on your application hosted there. Yeah, you'd have to install agents, and then for the communication thing, yeah. So it depends. You can. So I'm going to just like explain something. So you can actually I'm going to answer like I said the scenario. So the time I worked on it here using Kubernetes, I had a lot of things in different namespaces that I had to monitor. So what I did was to use like the clusters internal networking to like say, okay, since I'm using something like HTTP localhost something, or HTTP www dot whatever website dot com or something, I had to use like the internal networking where you have like the service name dot the namespace dot local something. So if you have something like that set up, like a connectivity between your AWS account and your DigitalOcean accounts, you can use that to say, okay, this is the your local URL for the Prometheus, local URL for the Loki, and then those like speak to Grafana wherever it is deployed. So hope that gives you an idea of how that's gonna work.
Oh, thank you very much. I actually have another question, like for another
Mhm,
question following up on the question that you just answered. So, based on my understanding, the observability it's not an agentless solution. Is that what you're trying to make us understand?
it's not
Because
agent.
I'm trying to like paint a scenario where the question that was earlier asked that okay, how do you have it monitor your cloud resources, right? Now, if we're not deploying any virtual machines where one of the metrics are actually the CPU, right, that it can monitor, how can we also monitor? Because I think you also mentioned HTTP. I'm guessing that's for like application based,
Mm-hmm,
right?
mm-hmm,
So now, based on let's say a full blown cloud environment, cloud infrastructure,
mm-hmm.
where we have various data sources, right? We're not installing the agent on the virtual machine itself, but we want it to be able to, pick logs from our cloud environments. Can it do that?
When you say cloud environment,
Like let's say we have Azure, and
okay, yeah,
obviously when
mm-hmm,
you're signing into Azure, when you're doing things in Azure,
mm-hmm,
it's obviously going to a log, right? Can
mm.
it be integrated so that whenever these logs are coming up, it's forwarding it to the observability platform?
To narrow down, let's say you want to track everybody that logs into your Azure platform. Yeah, I'm sure Azure has its own built-in tools that
Yes,
can
it
monitor.
does.
Yeah,
Mm,
so use
okay,
that.
okay, okay. Thank you. So we have another question from. Okay, now this one is coming to you as career based. So I mean, all
Oh,
of us
okay.
here we are curious. We know MTN everywhere you go. Now we're going to drill you. So our question is, do you work at MTN or MTN Cloud? And if it would please you to actually explain, this because it's looking like is it the same MTN we know? The MTN we know is maybe the one who buy recharge card, who load the data. They will do all of them. The data will go. So which one, so that we can know who to tag?
So my team does not handle that, but MTN is a telco and also a technology company in the sense that we offer telecommunication services, and we also offer like some technical services. So the apps we use, your MTN app and your other apps, We build them in house. So we have engineers, testers, DevOps, SRE platform, networking team, and all of that. So you should fire the networking team. Yeah. So yeah, that I hope that answers your question. And I don't think
So
there's anything like MTN Cloud. It's just MTN. So
mm, so now you said we should tag MCN networking team. We cannot come and drag you.
don't drag me.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, another follow-up question based on that. The question is, what is it like working at MTN as a DevOps engineer? But I think it's a XRE engineer, and this question is actually going to help enthusiasts who are coming up in this space, on how to learn. What are the things that they can start doing from today, looking up to you as, oh man, the technicalities. I want to be like you someday, right? So what is it like? Just give us a day in the life of a DevOps engineer at MTN.
Okay, so it's actually fast paced because a lot of applications are being built, both the ones that service the in house teams and the ones that customers use. So you need to prioritize and know which to give more attention to at a particular point in time. I think that's what it's like working, and we have different teams that do different stuff. So I mean, previously I used to be like the only DevOps engineer at places I worked at. So everything infrastructure, SRE, platform management, DevOps. I used to like wear a lot of hats. But now I have to like niche down. So I just focus on doing DevOps and platform stuff. And there's a team that handles infrastructure, a team that handles the monitoring setup and all SRE team. So in big organizations, everybody's role is like clearly spelled out. So you don't like get to always wear multiple hats. But we collaborate. So I can walk up to like the infrastructure team and tell them, oh, I think I need this server with XYZ configuration. And then they tell me what's obtainable and what is not. So you having knowledge of all these surrounding fields just helps you make better decisions for your customers who might be engineers or the business, depending on where you are at that point in time. As for skill wise, a lot of trial and error because when I started, there wasn't like a lot of hype about around DevOps. I only knew two DevOps engineers in like a whole community. I don't know if people still know MLSA, Microsoft students. So only two DevOps engineer. I was the third person. But now there are a lot of resources, a lot of labs, a lot of learning opportunities. So I would say follow, like pick a tutorial that has like everything outlined and follow that. You can check out learn to cloud.guide and follow it, build the project, document your journey. Like if you look through my LinkedIn, you see me talking about like the courses I take, things I build, my experiences at certain points in my life, career wise. So talk about these things and look around you and see how you can contribute to community, maybe mentoring, volunteering for events, applying for talks. Yeah. And do hard things really, like build a lot repeatedly and talk about what you build. Yeah, and when you fail, like you stand up back because it's I mean, there have been times when I spent like 2 weeks on a particular problem and yeah, I still moved on. Life continued. So even when your pipeline is failing, keep trying. Yeah, you'll figure it out eventually. And seek for help. Ask questions. Yeah.
Wisdom, wisdom. Thank you very much for that. I mean, I guess all of us here we can actually relate to it. So the tech
Yeah.
space, not even DevOps on its own, but the tech space in general is a fast-paced one. And if you're not someone who is curious, right, who is curious about learning, who has an insatiable want for knowledge,
Mm-hmm.
the tech space is not for you because you're going to be overwhelmed. And when you don't have the the ability to manage it, you would crash. So another thing is community, like she mentioned, join communities. That's why the cloud native um, Lagos community is here for you. We're here to answer your questions. We're here to support. So get active in the community. You would also see, people who are readily available. Funny enough, one of the things we don't know is that people are readily available to answer your questions. You just ask. Like they say, a closed mouth is a closed destiny. Ask questions and seek and you will find. So thank you very much, Mary. I
Yeah.
think we
So
have
there's a
another
question.
question.
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to read that. I was going to read that out. So we have a question from Adewale Oyedele. Uh, So the question goes: are the logs on Grafana in real time, or what is the time lag, if not in real time, between logs on the server and being visualized in Grafana?
Yeah. I'll say it's near real time. You just need to keep refreshing your dashboard and also set like a reasonable time interval for Grafana to auto refresh your dashboard.
Thank you. I hope that answers your question, Atibale. So, if you have any other questions, you can actually drop it in the comments, or you can unmute. I mean, it's an interactive session, so you have seen Mary now. Grab her, ask her the whole question. You can ask her, drill her. She's here to answer your questions. So, if there's any other questions, you can send it in while I share. So, Mary, based on those that want to connect with you, right? That want to connect with you, how can they reach you? Can you please, share your socials so we can also follow you and learn, drink from your knowledge, your well of knowledge. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Um, you can text me on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn is not premium, so anybody can text. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I
And
think.
I just put it in chat.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Um,
Even
I'm actually monitoring the question Q&A, so I can see the chat right
something
now.
something images hand is up.
Okay, okay, Samson, you have the floor. You can unmute. Mute.
Okay, thank you, Sophia. Hi, Mary. Good evening.
Hello.
Thanks for that insightful demo. So I was wondering, right, in your own experience, because I believe that what you've demoed now is for any company, it's a progressive thing. So they've set up an observability stack, yes. So 1 month in, 2 months in, 6 months in, um, it's something that you're going to revisit. So when you revisit it, in your own experience, when you are improving this observability stack, based on the particular metrics that you're watching out for. Now I'm talking, okay, so you were planning for high availability, failover, whatever it is that you're trying to watch out for. In your own experience, what are the things that you have come back to improve on an observability stack, just like what you've shown us this evening?
Okay. So I think one thing that comes, it always depends on where the team is at the point of revision, where the business is at, what they are requesting, and if maybe a major incident happened and there was something we missed out on when that stack was being set up. So those are the things that determine what I would be adding to the dashboard or what I would ask the developers to export for me and then the logs will pick up. So yeah, those are things you need to consider.
Yeah, those are things you need to consider. Okay, thank you. If you don't mind, another question.
Sure.
Sure. Oh, okay. So what are some of the common errors that you faced when setting up stuff like this? Like some of the very common ones someone could look out for. I mean, you shared your repo. Say one was going through it. What are the common errors that one should look out for?
Okay, so I think one thing I struggled with was Loki not picking up logs. Yeah, that's always the major thing. Is like a block, not a blocker, but like something I experience from time to time. The another time it can be connectivity issues. Another time can be maybe I'm not using the correct data source, so I don't see any information on my dashboard. So yeah, these are like things that I kind of struggled with at the beginning.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Daniel, I'm sorry I can't pronounce your last name.
Yeah, don't try. Don't worry. Thank you. um, so, great presentation so far. Well, great presentation that you did. My question: at your workplace, do you guys implement platform engineering, and also how? I know that's a very vague
Mm.
term, but how do you guys implement platform engineering? Also, when you're
Oh, okay. So sorry, guys. So sorry. My network just kicked me out. Ah, NTN. Mary. Okay, I'm so sorry. So I'll give it back to Daniel. So sorry for interrupting you.
All right. So when you're for your observability stack and instrumenting, maybe new applications or new features or new things that are being worked on by developers, how do you guys? So I'm trying to understand how your workflow goes in terms of being able to instrument new applications that developers are building, and then maybe your SRE team or the guys in charge of the observability. How do they get that
Mhm.
data into your observability stack? Then also
Okay.
uh, tying it back to the platform engineering question in terms of, okay, how do you ensure that all this entire thing can be perhaps automated to a great extent, right? So even when the engineers or the developers are requesting for infrastructure for or environment for what they are building and what they are working on, observability is actually part of it. You get, so it's not like you have to start creating
Mhm.
tickets, and all of that. So I want you to speak to that if you can. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for that. So, like we all know, platform engineering is new-ish, so everyone is still like trying to do their best to adapt to that. So, same thing with my team. Also, we've been like having meetings and all about, oh, what can we do to make developers' lives easier? And again, it's not only my team. It's not only my team's cross. Also have to involve like the other people, like infrastructure team also. So yeah, we're doing our best. And I mean, I had to work on some scripting stuff, I think last month or so, because we mostly work on prem. So how to like spin up everything on prem with like some scripts or just to like manage that kind of platform. So yeah, work in progress. Then over to your observability question. So you should know that it's a big organization. This is not a new thing. So we have, I can't speak much for the developers, but from what I know, they already have like laid down rules and libraries and code guidelines that they use. So there are some things that they have to ensure are in their code. And what's it called now? And observability or exporting logs is or instrumenting application is part of that. So the devs are actually doing a good job um with exporting logs. Yeah. Yeah. So with instrumenting applications, pardon me. What else again did you ask? So first for your question about observability in infrastructure, actually one of the conditions that has to be met is that like you need to give us, not us, give like the SRE team, yeah, a report that or some sort of evidence that says, okay, we are obeying the rules and this is our setup and this is just show evidence that you're actually like instrumenting applications, there's a dashboard, and we're seeing metrics and logs, and we can monitor downtime, uptime, and all of that. So yeah, is already a setup for that, and everyone follows it. So yeah, I hope that answers your question. So if it's a new organization or a startup and you're trying to like implement all these things, you need to start small because this is culture. So the culture has someone has enforced it previously. So we coming in, because I'm pretty new there, are just like following it and improving upon it. So I would say for startups, start small. Someone has to do the manual work before you automate anything. So do the manual work of setting up dashboards, setting up instrumentation, setting up exporters and everything, and then gradually enforce developers like good practices, instrument your code for any language, and small, we'll get there. So yeah, that's hope that answers your question.
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Yes, it does. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mary. Wow, it was actually a great time. And honest, MTN wanted to, but like I said,
Very good.
we are greater than them. So thank you very much. Please, guys, don't forget to follow Mary. If you have additional questions that you want to ask, but due to time, we cannot take it here. You can also always drop it in the community, like our WhatsApp community. Make sure you join it and be able to can also be able to ask questions. I will also follow up with the questions that you've asked. And yes, another announcement. So this is just a tip of the iceberg. Like we came loaded. One of the things that Cloud Native Lagos is trying to achieve is to empower, the Lagos community, Nigeria in general. We want to have more voices. We want to have, more engineers. So our role is to empower you, and all you have to do is to show up. We are here to serve you. So please join the WhatsApp community to keep up to date on the following sessions that's going to be coming up. And with that, I'm going to be saying that thank you so much, Mary. Thank you, all of you, for joining in. And I'm going to be seeing you in the next session that we're going to be having. I mean, I didn't want to, but let me just give you small expo. This November has been dedicated to observability. So you just saw one part. Next week, we are coming up again with full blown on open telemetry. So if you've been hearing about open telemetry and you want to see how it works, we're going to be having a session on it next week. So you don't want to miss it. This is just a tip of the iceberg. The main cake is there. So I have dropped, yes, the okay, I just saw a comment. Yeah, the WhatsApp link, I've dropped it. You can see it here. I'm just going to repost it for you. And also, don't forget to follow us on our LinkedIn page, on Twitter. Please follow us. What You can also share, your insights that you've gained from this session. Don't be stingy. If you know someone that has to be here, share it with them. Um, and I'll just say thank you very much, Mary, for joining us today. And we'll also look forward to having you more times. All right, everybody. Who is excited? Give me the fire emoji. Sorry, what did you say?
Questions in the Q&A section. I'd like to
Okay,
quickly address them.
okay,
So
okay. Sure, yeah.
Cyril, thanks for that. So the trade-offs, it depends on your developers, like what your developers know, what's your budget. The example I gave now is open source, but there's an enterprise version of that. So is it something you can afford? And yeah, that's it. Basically, I mean, you want to use tools that your developers are familiar with or something that they can quickly learn so that you don't have like that much gap. Then someone also asked, Adebi, what's the difference between the coding I do? I don't think I could. I like to say I write configurations. So I'm mostly writing scripts, YAML files, Terraform files, Bash scripts. Yeah, the only time I coded like between last year and this year was when I wrote Golang for infrastructure purposes. So to enhance my Terraform scripts that I was building for something on premises. So I wrote Golang for that. And developers, they write normal code like your this thing, Python, Golang, JavaScript, and Java, and all of that. But I actually started out as a backend engineer, so I brainstorm with developers when they are facing like some issues, and we kind of solve it. So yes, coding is good to know, even as a DevOps engineer. Just understand it. Yeah, thank you, and thank you for the opportunity, Cloud Native Lagos.
Okay, let me show my face again before we go. Uh Mary, thank you so much. Like, you did justice to this session. You did justice to the question. I mean, you mentioned you don't code. You're my bestie, oh. Because I did have to do with all those coding. It's not me and you. But thank you very much. It was I can see the comments. The comments, it says it was a refreshing one, and yes, it was actually a refreshing one. So thank you guys. Thank you everyone for joining. Please stay tuned. We have more in store for you. So you just have to show up. That's all we're asking. Are we asking for too much? No. So just show up, and we're excited to host you guys some other time. All right, guys. Thank you for joining, and good night. Hilary, our boss, so behave. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Mary. Thank you, Abiodun. Thank you, Baba Jide, for joining. Ifetu, thank you, everyone. See you in our next session.
Yeah, thanks everyone. Good night
Yeah.
and have a nice weekend.
Thank you.